The presence of oxygen is absolutely the absence of disease. Most chronic diseases that plague us are not happening to us, but is happening within us. We're literally eating ourselves to death, which means we're not living longer, we're dying longer. Join fitness expert Aloy Johnson, the founder of the Healthiest Corner on Earth, located at number 92 East Drive, Champlain, every Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. live on The Street 919 FM, where he shows you that healing the body's temple is easier than anyone would have led you to believe.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning once again. Grand uprising, my people. Once again, it's a privilege and prerogative to be on a platform such as this, where I can educate. So please appreciate. Good morning, my people. Hope everybody is doing fantastic and continue to shade under the golden branches of the Creator's love and care. My people. My people. This morning, before I move on, I'm going to just, again, punctuate a few things. Like I said, every time I'm on a platform such as this, it would seem that I keep saying the same things, just in a different way. But like I said, it bears saying, it bears reminding, so that it can make an indelible imprint on the minds of my people who perish by lack of knowledge. And it brings me great pleasure to do so. It brings me pleasure to educate. It brings me pleasure to disseminate the information that I would have put my time towards, read and research, so that my people can be elevated. Not only in the area of health, but also, overall, well-being, your entire well-being, mental fitness. And this goes because, like I said before, I found my Dharma through pain. So when I give you such information, I'm doing it based on experience, and I'm never excluding myself. Just what I give to you is what I give to myself. Okay? And that's the truth. So, let me put it another way. When someone does critical thinking, such as myself, people who are critical thinkers are not normally well liked, because you see, you drift away from status quo. You're not following what you call societal script. So people see you as belligerent and defiant. But no, it's just, that's not it. You want to be treated like a human being, and so should everyone else be treated like a human being. And that is how I see life. Ain't nobody has no power to be controlling nobody, right? And people control or try to control people or control the masses so that they can stay in power and be powerful. And I think we need to do better than that. Because when that happens, you see, you're going to accept whatever people dish out on you. You gotta teach people how to treat you. So having said that, good morning again, my people. Blessed morning, my Tobago people. Blessed morning, blessed morning, blessed morning. Let me just say this before I go forward just now. Mr. I want to remind you again that the sonographer who I have working with me, all right, take this number again down, 753-4155, 753-4155, Mr. Bram. I just want you guys to know this is a sonographer with 17 years in the business. He was working at the San Fernando General Hospital. He works at Montauk Women Hospital, the section in the women's department in Montauk, and he got like 17 years of experience. Call him, or you can call me when I give you my number and I can set up an appointment. This guy is the bomb when it comes to doing an ultrasound on you, right? His equipment is extremely expensive, and the man is just bad. The man good, all right? It's kind of how I use those words interchangeably, bad and good. Well, you know, when we say bad, you know what we mean. Bad. So, take the number down, 753-4155, Mr. Bram. You can set up that appointment at my office too. And he's in Tobago as well, but he would traverse, right? So what you will need to do, if you call me or call him, I could set up an appointment where you can come to my office in Trinidad and you can come and see him, all right? So 753-4155. The man is bad. Okay? Your sonographer. All right, cool. Didn't want to forget that this morning because the last couple of weeks I wanted to mention it and I sort of go over that. I forgot because I had other things, pressing things to do, and I sort of let it pass by. But I wanted to say that this morning. All right, so good morning again, my people. Trinidad and Tobago, blessed morning to you. Everybody that locked on to locked on to 91.9 right now, 91.9, please, at the sound of my ear, please appreciate. If you want to make a contribution, you're free to do so. At the bottom of the hour, I'll just open the lines for a little bit. If not, you can listen attentively to what I have to say. All right? One of these days, we all will understand what it is to live together as one. What affects one affects all. We miss that part. We miss that. And once we grasped how important that is, Trinidad and Tobago will be a better place. And by extension, the world. Big up people. Blessed morning to you, my $4 good morning to my people. I'm not sure Mr. George would have called me with reference to the shift in terms of how things would have gone in Tobago with the radio. I'm not sure if people can hear me there, but those of you could log on and you can use the app, YouTube, just do your thing and log on and listen to what I have to say, all right? So blessed morning. All my $4 people. Blessed morning to you. Blessed morning. Gene Blackman, Dave Ferguson, Dougie, Kurt McKetney, Body, the AKA Body, my cousin Michael Best, good morning to you all. Blessed morning to everybody. Snipes, good morning to you. And all the youth in Dalaford, blessed morning. And the effort that T-Trim and Miss Lewis would have made in last week was fantastic. You guys continue to do what you need to do and let it be sustainable. So blessed morning to all my Dalafordians. Blessed morning. My siblings, good morning. Lynette, good morning to you. Joe Blunt, blessed morning. Good morning. Kerry, good morning. Allison, blessed morning to you. Malik, good morning, my brother. Good morning, my nephew. Good morning to you. Good morning, Mikkel. Good morning. Good morning. Tiger, good morning to you. Cheyenne, blessed morning. Josiah, my nephew, blessed morning to you. Vanny, what's going on? Wax Dog, how you doing? Bowich, Dancer Boy Bowich, how you doing, my brother? Hope all is well. Try to call you over the weekend, but I don't know, the phone was giving some kind of problem, so. Wax Dog Senior, blessed morning to you. Mr. Daniel in Canby area, good morning to you, my brother. Blessed morning. Frim, my boy Frim, a.k.a. Keith O'Neill, good morning to you. Blessings, blessings, blessings. All the people, if you don't hear your name, you know what I mean, there's a love thing still, all right? Wax Dog Jr., my brother, good morning to you. Kenneth Johnson, how you doing, brother? Vanny, good morning. I hope everybody is doing fantastically fantastic. My Trinidad Passy, Keller and Mama, blessed morning to you. Keller, Mama, blessed morning. Mr. and Mrs. Santa Cruz, good morning. Ryan, blessed morning to y'all. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Miss Angela Martin. How are you doing this morning? And good morning to Angie. Angie! Good morning, Angie. How things? I hope you're doing great, Angie. I hope you're doing fantastic. And again, Keller and Mama. Keller, good morning to you and your lovely wifey and your daughter. Giving her some love and energy today. Focus on school. Let her continue to do well, and just you continue to support her as well as wifey. And that's what we all need to do. So good morning to you, man. Blessed morning, Premier Motor Services. Good morning, my bro Ray. Good morning to you. How you doing, my brother? 707. Ray has windshield that is going to blow your mind. Well, he's a top-class mechanic as well. But he's very diverse in what he does. He has windshield at a very, very economical price. He's beating anybody price. So give Ray a call, 707-7400. 707-7400. Ray will deal with you. Good morning, my brother Ray. Good morning. Hope all is well. And you continue to shade under the golden branches of the Creator's love and care. Good morning, Kurt O'Neill in Canada. Good morning to you, my brother. Hope all is well. Marissa in Brooklyn, New York. Blessed morning to you. Blessed morning to every living soul that locks on right here, right now. Good morning. Let me see one of my brethren. All right, cool. Just got our message from my boy, Dexter Plantley. Good morning to you, my brother. Attorney at law. Retired police officer, now an attorney. Good morning to you, my brother. Blessings flow. Yes, so all the people, again, good morning to you. Blessed morning, blessed morning, blessed morning, blessed morning. Before I go, what's going on here? Aye. Bruce, I tried to figure out Angie. She says she's doing great, and now she waiting to hear her favorite sentence. I just tried to figure out Angie. So, what favorite sentence Angie talking about, by? You know, I believe I'm only going to take a guess. I think is, please don't call with emotions, counter my narrative. It's something to that effect. You know, it's. I don't know, Angie, what going on? What going on with you? What favorite sentence, Angie? Good morning again, Angie. Blessed morning to you. Hope all is well. Again, Mr. George, good morning to you. Don't forget to give Mr. Brahim a call at 753-4155, the sonographer of the century. Give him a call. And blessed morning to every single living soul that locked on again. Last week, again, I mentioned something, but before I do that, let me just send out my special love and blessings to my boy, Jason McPhee. That's my brother from another mama. Blessed morning, my brother. Keep standing tall, my brother. As I always say, tough time never lasts, tough people do. And that is very, very true. Right? So, from time to time, oh, Panella, good morning, Panella. I ain't seen no message from Panella this morning. When is she locked on? Panella, good morning to you, my dear. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Good morning. Right. I see Angie sent a message, say you got it. So I think it's that. Don't call with emotions. Counter my narrative. But I think that I stand on that. I truly stand on that. Emotions cause a lot of problem in the world. We suffer too much through emotions. One man opinion, one man don't like this and this man don't like. It's create a lot of problems. You know, I mean, too much consensus. Let us deal with the academics. Let's deal with the data. You know, rather than getting emotions, it's not what you think it's the results thereof. That's what matters. So, love in the house. Again, good morning, my brother Jason. Good morning. Last week, I put out a few things because a lot of people believe that the world we live in, sometimes it kind of look like an illusion, although it can be, and it behaves like a cartoon, which it's not, but it kind of does, if you understand what I mean. And I gave you people, I put it out there because it's in the public domain, some declassified things that you can research yourself to see how facetious, pompous, pious, and capricious that this world can be. Before I move on, let me just send out a greetings to, I'm not sure she locked on this morning. Alician, blessed morning to you, Darky. Hope all is well and you continue to shade on the golden branches of the Creator's love. Alician, Darky, blessings to you. All right. So, yes, Panella, good morning, my dear. Blessings. I put this out there in the public domain so that you can see how pious, capricious, and pompous this world can be. These declassified information, as I said before, a lot of people don't even know what the Tuskegee experiment is. A lot of people does not know the Tuskegee experiment, right? And this is where 400 black men, that was between 1937, I think it's 1937 and 1973, walking around with injected syphilis in them because they want to see what they would react and what would come out of it. You know how many people those people slept with and how many kids they would have fathered and all this stuff here. 400 black men. And all you believe that sincerely the pharmaceutical company love all you so much. I ain't against them, you know. I am looking at reality. Let us talk about reality because here's the deal. It's difficult for us to separate subject from object. It's a problem when it comes to that because we get emotional and you have perception and perspective. We don't know how to separate those two things. You know, we just have a problem with that. Subject and object. Well, the subject is somebody can use as the object, but the subject is they can be seriously facetious. So I give you guys these. They go and just Google the Tuskegee experiment and you will see. Ain't nobody else did it. It's not the guys who trying to heal people with botanical herbs that did that. It's not the Ayurvedic, Chinese medicine, acupuncture, Ayurvedic, naturopathic, chiropractic. It's not them. So y'all check it out. Let me just say this again. If you are interested, get your pen and your paper and you write down. I gave 2 last week. I gave Mockingbird and Bluebird, and there's a reason why I want to punctuate these things. There's a reason why, so that you can do critical thinking and start putting things together so that we can grow, rather than doing the same things over and over and over and over again, right? So that we can grow. Check out Project Artichoke, Artichoke, Project Artichoke. Go and see it. It's declassified. It's out there in the public domain, and anybody could access it and see what we're dealing with. Because I tell you, you guys truly believe the world we live in is a cartoon world, or you don't believe it's real, or you don't understand the reason why a lot of people still walk in the streets right now with a cloth over their faces, because they're terrified of what was told to them. Meanwhile, they're killing themselves every day with hundreds of millions of germs in their epithelium. They're breathing through this cloth daily and think that they're protecting themselves, and then don't know any better. And I'm telling you, these are educated people that continue to do stuff like this. They are terrified of what was told by them. But when you do research like this, you'll be able to think for yourself. An independent thinker? Or you could finish that sentence. Project MK Ultra is another one you need to take up. Project MK Ultra. Remember the other one I said, Project Artichoke, Artichoke, and this is Project MK Ultra, like man, Keith, Ultra. I'm going to just leave these 2 there for now, and I'll give you piece by piece as I go along once I have health and strength in my body and I'm on this platform, or platforms such as these. So I just want to put that out there. Let me touch on a subject this morning that another thing that permeates our society. There are a lot of people in Trinidad and Tobago that are on dialysis. I want you guys to listen to me carefully, right? Are on dialysis. We were told once you are on dialysis, your kidney done. Now, in a lot of cases, that can be the truth. What happened in essence? Think about this for a moment. If you, because I like to compartmentalize things so you can process it on your own. If you have a bunch of oranges or rough lemon and you're squeezing them into a strainer, right? You're squeezing them into a strainer. You're squeezing, seeds will come out, pulp will come out. And let's say the strainer is not that big, but you keep squeezing pulp, you keep squeezing whatever and whatever. Eventually, that juice, unless you do something about what's in the strainer itself, like try to stir it and mash the pulp up and get the seeds out and all that stuff, that juice will drip, drip, drip through that strainer, those little holes. This is sort of analogous to the human kidney. So the kidney has all these teeny weeny stuff that it filters, that it used to filter poisons and stuff from the body. Those get clogged by the stupid foods that we continue to eat. So you have high triglycerides. Triglycerides are fat in the blood. You have uric acid, you have free radicals, you have low-grade inflammation. So the kidney has to go into overdrive. Now, eventually, now remember again, we have what you call metabolic diseases. These are people who are full-blown diabetic, or people who don't even acknowledge, not even acknowledge, but they are not aware that they are already diabetics, because their A1C is reading under 6.4. Some may tell you that you're pre-diabetic. No, you're done diabetic already. It's just that your A1C is reading under 6.4 because your body is flooded with insulin. Now, that very metabolic stuff where your body starts resisting the insulin is another reason, is another reason why the kidney will have to go into overdrive. Let me see time. Why the kidney will have to go into overdrive. and filter these poisons out, right? I want you guys to follow exactly what I'm saying to you here. Give it some thought. Remember, as I use the analogy of the strainer, the oranges or the rough lemons or whatever you're squeezing into the strainer, if you don't empty those pulp from the strainer and the seed, you're going to have that juice dripping slowly, slowly, slowly. So the strainer becomes the kidney. Now, that ain't filtering no poison. It will continue to clog. When that happens, they tell you your kidney not working. In a lot of cases, that is what happens. Your kidney is still alive. Your kidney is still there ready. It just clog. It just clog. What they will do? Dialysis. Now, in many cases, that may save your life. But is there an alternative? Absolutely. And you see, these things I bring to the forefront because I spend my time reviewing peer-reviewed papers, meta-analysis studies, and my own research. Then I will go back years ago where there would be doctors who do their study that they didn't want to see those studies. They didn't want to see those research because that will run counter to the money. You understand? That will run counter to the mullah. That will disrupt the flow, so they rather put it aside. And we live in a world where we lost our love for humanity and we let money trump all that. That's a fact. You see it happening every day. I'm not telling you not to love money, you know. Me ain't telling you not to like money, you know. It's the love for it. That is what has created the problem, right? Because I like money. Don't get tied up. It's what we used to exchange with. It is a facilitator. It adds to a lot of things. It don't make you happy because at the end of the day, it's guaranteed to get happiness from an inside. Chasing success doesn't equate to happiness. Don't get it twisted. But what I'm saying is that we use those things as a way of negating the very existence of what we should be, which is to love one another. So that gone. So I'm saying doctors before would have had these studies out and they put them on the back burner. And these are the things that I have access to. A lot of it. A lot of it. Plenty. And so you look at the data and you will see that the kidney clogs. It's still there. It clogs. It literally not going to work because it cannot do its job. It's filter. How do you change that? Well, you change that by changing what you eat. How did it clog? Because of what you're eating. If food is what making you sick, because most of us still hasn't fathomed that particular element of life as yet. Most of us still ain't get it. That the reason we are ill, the reason we are not proper, the reason we are not healthy, all those reasons is because of what we eat. Not all of it, you know, but if I have to measure it from 1 to 100, 97 is what we eat. That's a lot. If food could make you sick, it definitely can make you better. So I am saying now, I will argue, definitely argue, without a shadow of a doubt. And again, Angie's favorite statement, calling and counter my narrative, that if your kidney is clogged up, if it's clogged up, it would not be able to filter nothing in your body. And then you will go to the people who you trust and they will tell you, your kidney not work. You hear me say? Your kidney not good. You might need a new kidney. Let's wait for a kidney to come. Again, in some cases, that is the case. The kidney is done. You get a kidney transplant, right? You need one. But in a lot of cases, it doesn't need a transplant. Just like the BRCA gene in women's breasts. The BRCA1 and BRCA2, they're not cancerous. They're fixed mutation. I'm going to leave that right there for a little bit. Look at the kidney. Now, you're going on dialysis. You clean it up, clean it up. That may be necessary. Let's say it is necessary because in a lot of cases, it is necessary. So you go on dialysis, they sweep your blood, put it back in. You could do that for about 3 weeks and live again. Change your diet. Watch what you eat. Use raw materials. Watch your sleep. Do some exercise. Talk to the Creator. You will be back on track. You don't have to live on that for the rest of your life, like you were told. You think that is for free? This is what I said before. We forget the human element for money. Money trumps everything. We forget that. So we would rather take the money route than the healing route. Or you want me to remind all you again? Well, let me do it. If we are healthy, if 80% of this society becomes healthy, the pharmaceutical industry going and shut down. For sure. That's not even up for debate. For sure. A lot of doctors going home. For sure. Process that for a minute. Let that sink in. We need to take better care of ourselves. It's our responsibility. One of the things that I'm not going to support my people with is when you're going in the hospital, you want to put pressure on the nurses and doctors inside there. Me ain't supporting that or no. No, don't get me wrong. I myself just trip off. I am tripping off because of the procedures, not the fact that I'm sitting down there waiting real long. It's just what you tell me that you're not doing. That is why I'm tripping off for. But they can't take care of everybody, because a lot of times you can't take care of everybody at the same time, right? I understand that. But don't come and tell me this is what you're going to do and you ain't doing it. I'm tripping off. And if you can't do it, you should come back. Don't play neglecting me there. You should, or my family. You should come back and say, look, sorry, this is the case, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. It means you are acknowledging the stuff. But what I'm saying is what I'm not supporting. I'm not supporting the fact that there are things that we could do better and avoid, and we go in there to put pressure on them. We could do better than that. We could do better than keeping our blood pressure at an even keel. You don't need to go in no hospital to blood pressure. What you need to do that for? You don't need to do that. And I stand on that. We don't need that. So again, you have the kidney going through this particular pressure, and then you get on top of you going there with people who are diabetic with neuropathy and nephropathy, because nephropathy is actually the disease of the liver, where the liver actually, they say it done, which is nephropathy, where it start getting damaged because it clog up and all that stuff. So we go there and we do that. But what I'm saying is, like, in essence, is that on top of these things, on top of putting pressure on that, we are responsible. We're not only responsible, we are culpable for our health. We are definitely culpable for our health. And there's something called arterial peripheral diseases. When that happens, that is what causes a lot of blood pressure all the time too. Arterial peripheral diseases. I talked about it already. Remember, I said before at the top of the hour, I will say the same things just in a different way, but it bears saying. An arterial peripheral disease causes your blood pressure to skyrocket. This is no joke. Once you get the kidney functioning good, you're eating properly and you maintain proper blood flow, this is what it is. Here I want a little process. A guy that is 130 pounds, a guy that is 150 pounds, a man or woman that is 180 pounds, one that's 200, 300, 250, 300, 350. Here what I want you guys to process. Tell me, I just call a diverse amount of weight there. And I could tell you this, these will follow by body mass index, because there are three main type of body types. These body types are ectomorph, endomorph, and mesomorph, right? Here what I want you guys to tell me. Why a man who's weighing 250 pounds, 350 pounds, even 400 pounds, and one who weighing 120, 130, blood pressure is supposed to be 120/80? Let I want to sink in too. All right. I'm going to see my people. Ajay, the spelling of which one? One of I'm not sure if it's Mockingbird or Project Mockingbird or Project Bluebird. Not sure if that's the information you seek. All right. Let me see my Tobago brother. Total package. Blessed morning to you, my brother, retired fire officer. Well going, brethren. Everything cool? Blessed morning to you, man. Hope all is well, man. Continue to shade on the golden branches of the Creator's love. Give your wifey my regards. So, we can maintain proper blood pressure by eating and doing what we need to do correctly. Right. Now, this is not... And they act, let me tell you something. Again, we deal with an institution that behaves that your blood pressure is not even supposed to go up. Your blood pressure is supposed to rise and fall. It's supposed to fluctuate. If that ain't happening, you're dead. You could exercise. You could be outside exercising and imagine you have a low blood pressure. You're dead. You're bound for dead. So sometimes you walk into a clinic, you walk into a health center, and you go there and you frighten, you have all these catacombs, you have all these cataclysms just jump out in your blood, and you kind of hyper, and you're hyperactive. A lot of people suffer with anxiety, so you're going in there and they check your blood pressure and they flip out and say, you need to go on blood pressure medication. No, you're not. First of all, you need to take blood pressure 3 times. 3 times. But you see, I won't be like to talk these things. But let me remind you again. This fraternity where you have our doctors, and I love we doctors, I'm telling you, don't get me wrong, they have the best of intentions. I love them. It's the system that is flawed. That is the oblong thing right there that they have to follow. But they are the sweetest people in the world. But remember, let me just remind you of this. This started in 1912. So what you want to tell me, that human existence started at 1912? Because I want to know how people was living before. How was living before? How people were big and strong before. 8 foot, 10 foot people walking around powerful, they lift up the house. How? So you want to just come all of a sudden, self-legislate, self-police this whole thing and asking us to follow it in spite of the things we can access, go and get access to, which is the botanical herb, the fresh foods outside, the tree root, the tree bark. We could go and do that ourselves and make that. You want us to stop that and just acquiesce to what you say. Well, that's not going to happen when you are a critical thinker. And it shouldn't happen when you're a self-thinker. When you can think for yourself, those things won't happen. I wouldn't remind you again. I wouldn't remind you guys again of what happened in the last 3.5 years. Y'all know. We're staying quiet for that too. We're staying very quiet for that. That is the way life is. But I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this. We, as a human element, human beings, that was created by a higher being that no one mind can fathom, we need to take better care of ourselves and each other and stop following the people who believe they created themselves, because those are the ones that will kill us. And watch me and pull no punches when I make that statement. We are old enough. We were created with 6 senses. I said 6. Where we are able to think for ourselves. I give you these information because I'm passionate about it. I stand on the fact that for people who are metabolically ill, you can eat 1 meal a day. I urge you again, if you want to be sick and septic, follow the American bench diet. 3 meals a day and snack between. Follow that. You're going on sick for sure. It don't know, maybe you're guaranteed to be sick for the rest of your life. 3 meals, and follow that narrative, that party narrative that says breakfast is the best meal of the day. Excuse me? The most nutritious meal of the day is the one that you just have. That had nothing to do with breakfast. And the word breakfast comes from breaking fast from over the night that you slept. For some of us, we need to eat one meal a day, a healthy meal a day, and allow the body to go to itself for a meal. It's called autophagy. It goes there and it will happen. For some people, it's going to be a little bit, listen, this is what you call intermittent fasting. I'm not telling you this is good for everybody, you know. Not everybody should fast, should do this intermittent fasting or a fast per se. It's not for everybody. But people who are metabolically ill, it's the best thing that you can do. I consider myself a very healthy man. And Papa, I just eat one meal. A lot of times, just one meal. One. Because I chose to. You get rid of interleukin-6, which is all these cytokines in the body, this poison, your body going and clean that up. It's going and clean up. You think I sitting down here saying I don't eat, I just eat healthy all the time? No, I eat healthy most of the time. I don't always eat healthy. Sometimes you grab a little something. You know what I love? To be honest with you, man, you see those plantain chips that they'll be selling? I love it. It's just that that's one of my weakness. I love that. But it's done in vegetable seed oil, so I had to curb it. The oil alone sometimes makes me sick. I just smell the oil. It makes me sick, but I love it. So I had to choose that. But that is one of my kryptonite. I talk about this already. I don't see pigtail being something that healthy. I mean, if you prepare it in a particular way, but pigtail is one of my kryptonite. I cannot say no to pigtail. I go and tell everybody I say that. I can't say no to pigtail. Bring pigtail right in. I don't care who cook it. I go in there and scrape out and eat the pig. Hello, you're a bad man. Mr. Johnson, you're a very, very bad man. You're advocating eating pigtail. I don't tell her it's my kryptonite. That is all. Me ain't pulling no punches with that. I'm just saying to you that all we have to do is just be very mindful of the things that we eat. Who say you can't have a little fun? Who say you can't have a little piece of cake? Yes, you can. But here was the deal. Here was the deal. That's why you need to come by me so I can educate you. If you have a little piece of cake, which is a very high glycemic index, I'm going to send your blood sugar through the roof. Stay away from things like that for the next 4 to 5, 6 hours. Leave that alone. Don't be greedy. Allow your blood sugar to come right back down. Anything that you eat, if your blood sugar ain't come back down in 90 minutes, you're going to be in problems. You're going to feel very sleepy. You're going to feel extremely lethargic. And things ain't going to be nice for you. Right? You're going to start damaging capillaries and stuff like that. It's not going to be nice. So when I come here and give you information, I give you information based on empirical evidence. I do the best that I can, the best I know how, to give and disseminate information by my people or to my people who perish by lack of knowledge. I do that. Make sure, don't be confusing me with anybody else. I'm Mr. Johnson, aka Mr. Johnson. Let me give it out again, and let me give out my number now, and I'll give it out at the top of the hour. I offer a free consultation. Understand that. My consultation is free. But please don't come and waste my time. If don't come there like you know. Don't come like you know. If you know, leave that for somebody else who don't know. All right? Because some of us didn't know that we didn't know. If you know what I mean. Some of us still don't understand that we don't know that we don't know, you know. But we think we did know because we didn't know that we didn't know. All right? 736-3962. 736-3962. Or 709-8450. 709-8450. Free consultation in the Mount Hope area. If you drop out by the tunnel in Mount Hope, right there, that street right there is Mendez Drive, you're 5 minutes away from me or less. You walk up Mendez, you make the first right turn. That street is East Drive. I am right down to the end of the street. My complex is on the left. It's the fourth building on the left. You cannot miss it. If you miss it, you're on the wrong street. Walk up Mendez, first right, fourth building on the left. All right, that's your landmark. Finding me real easy. Call, set up a consultation. It is free. An hour. Sit and pontificate your issues. And if you have any issue, I will try my best. The best way I know how. I don't know everything. That's why I'm intelligent, because I know I don't know everything. And I'm open to learn. The more I'm willing to be wrong, is the more I'll gain knowledge to give out. Let that sink in. We, as a people, understand, I say this again, I say this before and I'll say it again, you know, it bears repeating again. If it comes in a box, if it made in a factory, it has a barcode on it, it's not good for eat. It's not good for nyam. A lady asked me, do you think everybody will understand what that word means? Anybody in Trinidad and Tobago know what nyam means. It's not good for nyam. I keep it real. I keep it real. I'm a Tobagonian. We have our own colloquial language there. It's mixed up with all different type of people. It's 32 times they fight for that place. We were influenced by all kind of stuff. So we have our own language thing going on there. Right? Cool. And we should be proud of that. We should never be ashamed of that. And one more thing I like to sort of let people understand too. All of us going to walk a certain path in life because all of us have a broken truth. All of us make mistakes. All of us have problems. All of us have chaos in our lives. All of us, every single one of us. But how we deal with those particular situations are what defines us. It's called life lessons. Just do that. Many of us too busy living our lives on social media. The kids that we have today, they grew up on social media and we wondering why, what's going on here? They grew up social media growing them up. Because the people who are disseminating the information on social media need help themselves. All of us need help. But it's what you do in order to plead for your help. Ladies and gentlemen, I consider myself one of the biggest advocates for help in Trinidad and Tobago. Some may say, but what are you tooting your own horn for? But so who's supposed to toot my horn? Tell me. Well, boy, you follow yourself. You think I'm going to wait for you to follow me for me? I'm doing that first. Because true love starts with oneself. And you cannot give what you don't have. If you squeeze orange juice, if you squeeze an orange, you peel an orange, you cut it in half and you squeeze it, it's orange juice come out there. Nothing else ain't coming out of there. Only orange juice. You could pray all day long. You could try by the biggest obia man and let he do it on it. It's still orange juice. What I say that for? What's inside of you will eventually comes out. You cannot give what you don't have. The moral of that story is just this. Be real to who you are. And you know why I talk all these things too? Because it's mental fitness. Be real to who you are. You ain't got, and for those of you out there who playing, well, you know, God go send me the right person and God, excuse me, God go do what? You better make yourself right. That's what you need to do. Ain't a right person out there. God go send you the right person. I know the Father go send me the right person. Wait on that. Wait. Make yourself right. And people on your frequency will naturally metal lace to you. If you want to buy a B14, you can't go on a site that only selling Volkswagen. How you finding B14 there? Make yourself right, people. Let us individually take care of ourselves so we can take care of each other. That is why I preach that. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Why am I talking about all this? Because it all comes together. I'm dealing with overall health here. And I'm talking from experience. We all suffer. Every one of us, we suffer. Some of us suffer in silence. But what are we going to do? The excuses that we give, they are valid excuses. Let's say you grew up poor. I grew up, my mother and father wasn't working at this. All those things are real. That is a reality. Okay, so you grew up poor. You struggle for almost all your life. That is real. That story is real. That narrative is real. That is part of your reality. Now what? So tell me, okay, now what? You think that could buy your way through this life? And the point I'm making is simply this. While those things are real, you could only get two things from that. Either the results of your action by making yourself a better person or the emotions. You cannot have both. So I just want you guys to think about that for a little bit. Let us be real. I come here every Wednesday morning by God's grace. Thank you, IWER George, my brother. Thank you so very much. I come here not because I feel it's something to do with self-grandizement. Well, part of it might be a little bit self-grandizement. Let me unfool myself. It would be nice for people to know who Mr. RJ is, who Mr. Johnson is. Would be nice. But at the end of the day, at the results of everything that I do is to elevate another human being as I elevate myself. You can only get the things that God created us to have when you work hard for it. Nobody's entitled to nothing. And you can only get that by elevating other people. And for the people who believe they have to stomp on people's head to get there, watch what will happen. I never see anybody get away with that in life. Because if you engage your grandkids or your children, go in and pay for that. And maybe those are some of the sins that we are living in right now. Our country is full of blood. Every day, blood stain. We're playing that. We ain't seeing that too. We ain't, but like I tell you, we don't talk about these things. We're pretending they don't exist. But a conscious mind drives you sometimes. Sometimes the pain I feel when I drive through, when I'm driving and I watch the streets and things that I feel, the pain I feel spiritually, by, I don't know if that's, sometimes I just wonder if that's real, by. But I'm conscious. Because if I can feel pain, so can anyone else. But if together, we come together, life will be better. For sure. Eat as healthy as you could. The diet stuff that I put together, is to eliminate certain foods. Please don't ask me what you should eat. Don't ask me that. Don't ask me that, please. Well, what am I going to eat? All right. I will tell you, you know, but you just won't like it. So I put these things on a paper, and I ask you to stay away from these foods. And one of the things that I ask you to stay away from is vegetable seed oil. Vegetable seed oil. Highly processed, ultra-processed foods. Refined carbohydrates. Just remember, vegetables are carbohydrates, but they're not refined. I'm talking about the refined carbohydrates, the things in the boxes, the whole bunch of pastries every day. The man on the street who sell his little stuff that you line up for, he has to make a living. But you got to be your own judge, your own teacher, and you have to understand and be responsible for what you put down into your stomach. You understand? And we think we can eat one of that and a Coke, and we're going to be healthy. The next day, and then we eat some bourbon lunchtime, and the next day we do that. We want everything, and then we want to drink the most booze. We want to do that. We want to party the most. We want to do all those things. Why can't we just simply take care of ourselves? And I bring all that to say, which connected to when I just started before. That is the thing I don't agree with. When these things that we could avoid, we go into the hospitals and the health center, and you go in and put pressure on the poor nurses and doctors in there who was already stressed out. Those are the things I'm talking about. I'm not supporting that. Not supporting that. They wasn't the one who bring the stuff to your table and tell you to eat that. No, you did. You made your own conscious choice. Ladies and gentlemen, next week, by the grace of the Creator, I will talk about a little more in depth with I'm going to open the line a little earlier and see if I can get some questions come in. But that's still, my heart is pleased that I could still sit here and pontificate on issues that is indelible printed in my heart, and I know that even if one single person get it, my hour on the station will worth it. Just one. Whoever that is. Because I know for sure they will impact someone else. Somebody gonna love them. And for those of you who don't like yourself, just remember, there's somebody out there who crazy about you. But you can't be right. Even that person who's crazy about you, if you ain't fix you, ain't nothing gonna happen. I am an advocate. I'm an advocate for self-reflection and introspection. I am your biggest advocate for that. Sit and look at why you're suffering. Look at why you are in the position you are in. Because who is the common denominator between your problems and you? Who? You. Who's the common denominator between the things you're facing? You. Why? You made those choices. And I always talk about this. Choice. Life is based on choice. And we ain't that good not to choose. You have to choose. My time is winding up. You have to choose. We all have to make a choice. And out of those choices come consequences. You understand what I'm saying? We ain't that good. But here's the problem with some of us. Even if you don't make a choice, that's still a choice. Even if you don't make a choice, that is still a choice because you chose not to choose. And that has consequences as well. So don't buff up your face and go in the health centers and the clinic and stuff and put pressure on doctors because there's some things you could have you didn't have to eat that food, your stomach flare up and whatever. It's not the first time that happened, but you're going to put pressure on them. No, that I don't support. Ladies and gentlemen, my time is almost up. It has been my privilege and prerogative. I hope someone get this news this morning. I hope there's something in this. There's some lesson in what I disseminate this morning to someone who can take this away. That take-home lesson. I hope. In this life, just remember, we all need each other to be each other. Without each other, we are simple, not each other. Am I my brother and sister's keeper? Yes, I am. And it should be that way. Until next week, ladies and gentlemen, just remember, I can take care, allow your body to take care of any chronic diseases. Anyone, anything. The immune system, I could put it robust so it can fight. Just remember, until next week, this is Mr. Johnson, a.k.a. RJ Megan.